Hi everyone. This time I'm going to lower the iPad just a little. This is still a 20 by 20, the ones I usually pour on. I have a lot of paint mixed up. Yes, there is. This is mainly titanium white, and in there I put a little bit of Winsor blue. Winsor blue is, as you can see, transparent. This is where you can find out what it is. So transparent with a little bit of titanium, with a lot of titanium white. So even though this is transparent, this will be opaque. Now the other color is a deep turquoise. This is straight out of the jar from Winsor & Newton, deep turquoise with titanium white. This one is pure Winsor blue. Then I have pure titanium white. I have Prussian blue, very nice dark blue color. And here I have, oh no, this is the deep turquoise with titanium. This is phthalo blue and green with titanium. And this is permanent green with a touch of yellow and a little bit of titanium. So we have a whole bunch of colors that, you know, resemble the ocean, and that's what I'm going to do right now. But I'm going to do three pours, 3 videos in a row, and I'm going to be using mainly these colors. So I'm going to show you how you can pour, but do it 3 different ways. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what I'd like to do in this one is make the background totally white. Let me get a brush. And just, you know, spread it out over your canvas. Now, I get a lot of questions about the canvas, and I do not gesso them because they come gessoed. So all I do is unwrap the canvas, and I put the little pegs in the corners, and I put the push pins on every corner. That way it elevates it from the table, so the drip off doesn't get stuck on the canvas on the back, and that works out just fine. So I'm just smoothing it out a little bit, as you can see, making sure I get the sides and the corners, because you do always want to cover your canvas. You don't want a bare piece of canvas sticking out. So that's it. That's nice and smooth. That's about it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put the colors in this little cup, and I'm going to drag it along the canvas. So while this is smoothing out, so that's the way to do it. First you put the background color down, and then you come in with your mixing your colors. That way you have some time that will flatten out a little bit more. So I'm just juggling the colors along, a little bit of white. And there's no silicone in this, so I'm just, you know, experimenting a little. No silicone whatsoever. And after this I'll do the same, but then I'll add the silicone. But just to show you, you know, what you can do. You don't always have to have cells. I know it's strange hearing that from me, but that's true. So what I like to do is give it a tiny little swirl to get those colors moving a little bit, and then get my canvas and really flop it down like this, and then just move it up. That's it. And now I'm going to let it move all over the place, and I'm going to let it come down a bit. As you can see, all these beautiful colors, they just make a really pretty picture. But I do want it to go over the the corner up here because I think that adds to the pattern. That's it. And now I will torch it, but just to make sure that the bubbles get out. You see a lot of bubbles. So now what you're seeing, all these little things, they are actually the air bubbles that burst and they show the color that's underneath. Now I'd like to experiment just a little bit because I like the pour. It's fun, but it's just missing a little bit. So without adding any silicone, I'm going to take a tool, and it could be any tool. You can use something that is like a comb, something that has teeth, and just pull it. Let me get the comb. Where's my comb? Oh, here you are. So I'm going to pull it down again and again and again. Okay, now you might just, be experimenting along with me like this and thinking, okay, that's not something that I really like. So what I would then do is add some more paint in a little cup, of course, a little bit of white, and this time I will add a little bit of silicone, not too much though, and stir it around, pour it over here, and a little bit more in the middle. Okay, now we're gonna do some pulling. But as you can see, because I did a little wavy line, you can't really do it like this. So the good thing to have is something that is a little bit rounded, like this. See, that fits right in. So we're gonna pull it, wipe it off, pull it down, wipe it off, pull it down. And this one we're gonna fix later. Pull it right down there and pull it right down here. Now, every time I'm wiping this off, that's okay, that's okay. Whoops, one I didn't wipe. And it is funny that it's not picking up there, so I'm thinking there's a little, like a little hole in the canvas or something. Okay, wiping it off and pulling it down. There it goes. That looks a little bit better. Now it's just like a wave coming in and going over the deeper sort of water, I guess you could call it. So I'm cleaning off my little swipey thing, and I'm going to gently pull it down. And I am really having a little trouble with it. See that? It's not really covering, so I don't know why that is. Maybe my paint is a little on the thick side, who knows. But what I'd like to have is a little bit of, just that blue coming right there. Because as you can see, this is going gorgeous. That is really beautiful. So wiping off the paper again. Now in this white there is no silicone, so we're going to see what that's going to do. And now I'm not gonna wipe off my photo paper, just to give it something different. Okay, let that run down a bit, and up a bit, and down a bit. That is kind of nice. So I am going to torch it though, because you need to get rid of those little bubbles. And I'm going to come in with a little scraper, scraping up some of the paint that I had left over on the side, to make sure that, you know, it goes over the side and it matches. There it is. A little bit more here on this side. Okay, that's cool. So what we have is a swipe up here. We have a little bit of a solid color running down here, although as you can see it's running into that white, which I kind of like. And down here we did a swipe without silicone, and you can see the big difference, what the silicone does to not adding the silicone. Here you're seeing a couple of cells, but that is just the density of the paint working into each other, so that's kind of nice. Just scraping off the bottom bit. So this is how we're going to keep it, and anyone can pick, you know, how they like to hang it. This would be cool, something like this. Just, you know, what you want. So I hope you like the pour. I love these colors, I can't help it. I really needed my turquoise fix. So in a bit I'll come back and we will add silicone to all the colors. Then I'll do another a push and a pull with these colors, because that's going to be awesome too. But this is the first one, and as you saw, you can just, if you don't like something, you just change it, swipe it, add silicone. You can do whatever you like. So never be like, oh, this is a total waste, I gotta throw it in the trash can. You don't need to, just work with it. Now if you can imagine, if you even didn't like this part, you could embellish this part here, and you could put little shells on it, something like that, you know, paint them on or put real ones on, and you can do all kinds of stuff. You can come in with dots and add some dots, I don't know, you can do all kinds of things to make it prettier. So the whole thing that I'm trying to explain is that even though you don't like your painting, you know, just straight away, you can always do something to it to make it more interesting. So I'm just working the side here so that it isn't that white. Just want to make it, you know, look like it's incorporated into the pour. That I can leave. And you can do all sorts of stuff with it. You know, the whole painting process is more about, you know, having fun with your paint, being able to do something that, you know, gets you in some sort of a zen mode. That's what I like to do. Even touching up the sides is a lot of fun to do. Okay, we're done. This is the pour, and I'll show it to you guys when it's dry and finished, and I will see you in the next video. Love you to pieces. Bye bye.